Hello guys and welcome to another tutorial. Today I'm going to teach you how to create a temporary band system. Now this is going to be a custom band system. We're not going to be using any of the default functions, the band functions for SAMP. We're actually going to create our own custom system where we'll save the band data to a database and then check it when people connect. So basically the first thing we're going to do is I'll paste this. So basically what we're going to need is we're going to need Z command and scanf because well, obviously we're going to be using commands. We're also going to need a band location. Now, this is your database location, so it can actually be your existing database if you want to, but and then you can just create like a new table within the database. So ignore that. We probably won't need a dialog actually. So we actually need a couple more variables, DB variables. So server database and database result. We're also going to need an on-player kicked callback later on. So we'll do the forward there. This is just because I'm creating inside of a game mode. You're actually going to have to do this inside your game mode or wherever your admin system is. It will most likely be inside of your game mode, so make sure this is where your admin system is. So practically what we're going to do is we're going to open a database and close a database, and then we're going to create a table. So the fields are going to be player. This can be an ID, but for the tutorial I'm just going to be doing names. So we need the player's name, their IP, the reason for the ban, the admin's name, the amount of days that they're banned for, and the timestamp so we can work out when to unban them. So pretty much get to that stage, and what we'll do is I'll jump over to my notes and I'll grab this, and we'll start with doing the ban command. So I'll put this here. So pretty much with this line here, I'm actually using is player admin. So you've got to change these to your admin checks. So make sure you just change these ones to your admin checks. But we're going to need a scanf check. So U for target ID, D for days, and S32 for reason. So the max amount of cells inside of a reason can be 32. And the next thing we need is the next check we want to do is make sure they're online, make sure they're not an NPC, make sure they're not another admin, so you cannot ban other admins, and make sure they're not trying to ban themselves, sort of thing. So those are the typical checks you need to do. And now for the days, we need to specify a specific amount of days because we don't want players getting banned for 10,000 days, sort of thing. So like I made the max 365 days, so that's 1 year. So but make sure when you do the check, make sure it's if it's less than 0, so it's either got to be 0 or up to 365, because the reason why we're doing 0 is because if you want to perm ban them, you would just put 0 in for the days and it will permanently ban them. So it's going to be temporary ban system plus a permanent ban system. So so if there is an amount of days, it will be a temporary ban system, but if it's 0, it's pretty much a permanent ban. And we'll just make sure that the reason, because we've actually got to save that, save the reason in here, so we've got to make sure we sort of clamp it to 32 cells and make sure they can't go over that. So practically now, after all these checks, this is pretty much a legit ban. So they've selected a player that's online, not an NPC, not another admin, it's not themselves, and they've actually put in a correct amount of days and a reason that's not too long. So pretty much what we're going to do is the first thing we're going to do is we're going to insert. So what I'll do is I'll go to here, I'll go to insert. So I'll just quickly grab one of these just so we can quickly do that. So now what we want to do is we want to insert into ban, and this is what we want to insert. So we'll grab this and we'll go there like that. So we're actually going to need a get name command. So instead of doing it multiple times, what we'll do is we'll jump up to here and we'll go we'll go stock, and we'll create a get name function. Alright, so now we've got that, we can use it. So pretty much the values is player, so that's got to be a queue. So remember, this is how you escape strings inside of SQLite. So if it's a string that the player can input, like you know, a player name or a reason or an admin name, that you've got to escape you've got to escape those strings. So, but for the IP is a string. It can stay just a normal string, and then the reason can be another escape string, and then the admin can be an escape string, and then we can go days and timestamp, which will just be an integer. Alright, so now we've got that. Now we can, I can go back up to here. I can grab this. Now, let me remove all this. So we can go, I'll make it easier so we can go down here. So we've got the player's name, the player that's been banned, which is target ID. And then we got the IP, so we'll just go here. Actually, what we can do is we can do the exact same thing here and just do get IP. So get. Alright, so we can grab that. So it's the target ID name, then IP, which will be target ID also. And then we got the reason. So we'll go reason, and then we got the banning admin, which will be the actual player ID that's typing the command. So that can be player ID. And then we got days. And then we got this timestamp here. So this is where we got to do a little thing. How did I do it here? So we'll go to command ban. I think it's 86,000. Yeah, so 86,000. I'm pretty sure this is in milliseconds, and that's how many milliseconds are in a day. So this will be the actual ban time. So all right, so this is how we work out the amount of time. So it'd be this times the amount of days. So what we need to do, we can actually probably do a check if we're going to have to check if days is more than 0, right? Then we can do a check like this. So we'll go like that. So if the days is actual a temporary ban, we can we can times the amount of milliseconds in one day times the amount of days. So this will be that time plus the amount that. So pretty much this is like a timestamp, which is like something like this, right? So this means it's going to be that plus how many days there is times that many, which will be, you know, say it's something like that. It'd be that plus that. So that will be their new time for when they get unbanned. So we'll do there, but for actually we've got to go, we should put the time here. So we'll go time equals 0. So it will stay 0 unless it gets to here, and then it will actually be an actual number. So now we can determine you know, what type of timestamp to put into it. So it'll either be 0, the timestamp will be 0. This is the timestamp. Let's make this a bit more clearer. So that's the timestamp. So it'll be 0 for Perm-Ban, and then whatever it is, it'll be an actual timestamp number for the temporary ban. So what we've got to do here is go put days and then timestamp. So there you go, that's the actual insert. So pretty much what I'll do is I'll go like that and we'll compile, and we'll see what type of errors we got. We got query, it doesn't like query, and it doesn't like 44. That's because of that. And we also need a query, so we'll go, and that's a pretty big string, so we'll go, just to be safe, we'll go query 400. And then we'll compile that, and it looks like it's good. Yeah, that's compiling. Alright, so now what we're doing is we're working out what type of timestamp. So now all those variables are set, and we've inserted it into the what's it called. So now what we've got to do is we need to notify the actual player that's been banned that we can actually go up to here and go string string. Like I'll make it so it makes more sense. So message 128, we'll just go like that. Alright, so now we can go here and go format. Alright, so now we can go, we can just say server, you have just been banned for you have just been banned for so many days. You have been banned for 30 days. you have been banned. We'll go like this. You have been banned by admin for 30 days for, and that's the reason. So we'll go, you have been banned by, this is actually, yep, you have been banned by admin for so many days and for the reason. Say admin days reason. Alright. So now now we can send this send client message to the target ID. I'm just going to go -1, which I have here, which is just white, and then we'll send them the message. Alright, so now we've notified the player that they've actually you have just been banned by admin for 30 days for hacking. So there you go, we'll leave it like that. Alright, now the next thing we can do is actually notify everybody. So this will notify everyone online and also the actual admin that they've been banned. So we can go like this, and we can go admin weapons has been banned for. Alright, so this will be target ID. Target ID. Days reason. So there we go, and then we can go send client message to all. Alright, now instead of now we can't actually go kick the player here, because we don't, we're not going to be banning them, we're going to be kicking them, because when they connect again, we're going to check if they're actually inside of the ban table and then kick them again to prevent them from actually connecting. But we can't actually use the kick command here, because there's like a bug sort of thing that these messages won't show properly with the names. So we've got to give the server a little bit of time to actually do it. So that's what this function up here was for. So what we'll do is we'll go set timer ex, and then we'll go on play kicked, and the interval will just do 1 second or 1000 milliseconds, and then we'll do false for repeating, because we only wanted to do it once, and then we've got to specify the ID, which is an I, and target ID. Target ID. So there you go. There's pretty much the ban function. So what they'll do, actually we've got to make the actual function now. So we'll go public, and we can just return kick. Alright, so we'll compile that. That looks good. Everything's looking good. So there's the ban command. So let me just check for this quickly. Alright, everything's looking good there, so I'm pretty sure that's all good. So now what we need to do now is we need to, while we're here, we'll actually just we'll do an unban command. So we'll grab this, and we'll do an unban command. So now the unban command's pretty much going to work for like offline. So obviously they can't be online if you're trying to unban them. So it's going to be work for offline. So we'll go unban. We'll remove all this for now. Actually, we need the name. So max player name. So this is going to be the name of the player that we need to unban. So what we'll do is obviously do an admin check, and then we can go here, and we can go. Let's just go 24. I'm not sure if you can use max player name in there, so we'll go 24. So this is going to be the name to unban. So it'll be unban name. Alright, so now they've got to actually specify an actual name that they want to unban. So what we've got to do now is we've got to go to select all. We'll go like that. Alright, so we can go there. We can go like that. There's no, we'll get a DB result here, escape result. So select all from bans where name equals escape, and collate no case. I've explained that before in another, just trust me, you will need it for this one. So now we can check now if they're actually inside of the ban, if they're actually banned. So this means they are banned, else they are not inside they are not currently banned. So we can go like this and say error, that player name is not currently banned. So now they actually are banned. Now we can actually all we need to do actually really is delete. Pretty much just delete the whole but their whole row sort of thing from the database. So pretty much we'll delete from bans when name equals that, and that should be good. That should be good there. Once that's done, that's looking good. Now we can just notify the actual admin server that player has been successfully unbanned. That player has been successfully unbanned. Alright, so let me just quickly check all that. So they're specifying a name. We're checking if they're actually in the database. We can really only do one field here, so let's just check player. We'll just get player from there. So that's just a little bit more efficient. So select player from bands where player actually is not name. I've got to make sure I do not stuff that up because it's player, it's not name. So select player from bands where player equals that. Delete from bands where player equals that. Both escaping strings, and there you go. So that should be as simple as the unban command. So let me just save that and compile. See if she compiles it. There's an error. There's no query command here. So let's go query. Let's just do 200 because it's sort of big. Let's just go 300 just to make sure. So that compiles. All right. So there's the ban and unban command. All right, so let's jump into the into doing the on-player connect check. So what we'll do is we'll jump over to here, and we'll do on-player connect. All right, now, so what we've got to do is we just got to pretty much do this check here. But what we've got to do is we're going to make sure we do select all. So this time we'll select all. What we'll do is we'll do a query variable. So let's just go 200, and so this means that there. So what we're going to do here first is we're going to do player name check. We'll call it a name check because we're going to do because we're saving their IP. So if they get banned with the name player and then they change their name, we can tell it's the same person by saving their IP as well. So we've got to do a name check, and then if the name check fails, we need to check their IP. So what we'll do is inside here, this is where we're going to do the IP check. But what we'll do here first off is we'll do the name check. So select all from bands where player equals that, and name is going to be get player name like this. Wait, where's name here? What's his name? Oh yeah, that's right. I was just double checking. So that's going to be get player name. So now we're doing the check. So if it is, they are actually banned. So now what we need to do is we need to grab the data. So we can grab some fields. I'll just grab this. So we can store. We're going to have to store some fields here. So we can go reason 32. And then days, and then timestamp. That should be enough. So what we'll do is this one's going to be reason. So we'll get the reason. Days is going to be like this. So days can be days, and we can do the exact same thing for timestamp. All right. So now we've got the reason. The reason, the days, and the timestamp. We also need the admin, so we'll get the admin as well. So let's put admin here. Admin's going to be 24, and we can go admin. Alright, so now we've got all the details. We can pretty much notify the player that they are still banned for and actually show them the details. So what we'll do is we'll grab a little format thing here, and we'll go. We actually got to do a check, so we'll go message. Let's just go 200. So you have been banned by admin for rara days for rara. So that's all really we've got to tell them. You have been banned by admin. You have been banned by admin for this many days for the reason. Actually, this is we got to do it. We got to do a check here. So this is where we do this check. So on player connect, I just got to see how I actually do it. So check for ban, stop, check for ban. All right, so there it is. That's what it's got to be there. So this. So if get time is actually. So if get time is actually less than timestamp, this means that they're still banned. So what we'll do is we'll go like this. We'll grab that. So this means they're actually still banned. So what we're going to do is we'll notify them. And then what we can do is actually then kick them. But before that, what we'll do is we'll go like this. We'll go there, and we'll kick them. But we'll return it like that. But what we'll do is we've got to notify the actual player that they're banned, obviously. So we'll go there like this. This is actually going to be player ID. So this is telling them that they have been banned, and then we actually kick them. But actually, if you want to, you can actually go like this and do a send client message to all as well, and do and this can be auto, and say this will be player ID, weapons, player ID 1 has been kicked from the server. Actually, we can just go like, oh no, actually, then go reason, username banned. So we don't need any of that, we only need those two there. So that will be set. So auto weapons has been kicked from the server. Reason username banned. All right. So pretty much if their ban hasn't expired, we do that. Else it has expired, and this is where we simply delete the actual. Delete them from the ban database, so they won't do it. They won't go through the check again, and just let them continue on through the on-player connect check. So what we'll do is we'll delete where their name is. So we'll go get player name. So that should compile. What do we got here? Target ID 64. It doesn't like that, and here's target ID. So that would actually be player ID. So that should be good. So there we go. Now that's the let's call that the name check. So now what we've got to do is we've got to pretty much do this whole thing, but inside here, but for the IP check. All right. So what we can go like this. Select all from bans where IP this time equals that. We can remove this, and this will be get IP. What is it? Get IP, it's capitals. So this can be get IP. So now we can select all from bans where IP equals that. So if their IP is actually inside of the ban, we can get all the data and pretty much say you have been banned by rara for this, and say that they've been kicked. And else, if they've for some reason logged in with a new account and they've been banned on another account, this will actually remove their old ban. So it will still work properly. So that should be pretty much ready to go. Let me just quickly check all these through. Alright guys, just a little fix here. I wasn't taking permanent bands into account, so pretty much what we do is we'll go days equals 0 or their temp ban exists. So pretty much this means if they're permanently banned or their temp ban hasn't expired, then it will execute this code. So what we can do is we can grab that and we can go down to the IP ban and IP check, and we can do that there as well. But what we need to do here is we need to go IP ban, but most importantly here we need to actually remove the IP, because we're actually doing an IP check here, so we need to actually remove the IP, not the player's name. So we'll change that to a string, and we'll remove this, and we'll also change this to a get IP, and we'll compile that, and there you go. Alright, so that all looks good, guys. Yeah, that's as simple as it gets. So it's pretty much a ban, just a ban and unban command. You pretty much create your own table, and that's how you create your own custom ban system. And you can turn it into a temporary ban system, specify how many days, and you use the timestamp to work out exactly when they get unbanned. So there you go, guys. If you like this tutorial, make sure you hit the like button and consider subscribing, and we'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace.